Homage to Shakyamuni Buddha and Master Yonghua. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our Sunday Dharma Assembly of Buddha names recitation. How was your recitation this morning? Anyone have any thoughts to share, any question to ask us before I can introduce you with the next patriarchs of the Pureland Dharma door? So I will go straight into the introduction. So before that we have the sixth patriarch, which is Master Xian Zhi, and now we go to this great Master Xian Zhi. So his name is Xian Zhi, but Xiao Jing is the name of the local area where he worked at the temple, the monastery where he stayed at. So it's just a name. We go to the next page. You can see the painting of him. I think this painting is according to the research Master Xian Zhi had a book of collection of the patriarch of the Chan Master and Pureland Master, and he used this painting in his book, so we use it too. Yes, and so here you see the red area, the province where he was from, and obviously this the same area with the sixth patriarch where it is from. So call this area as good feng shui or something. I don't know. We see a lot of patriarchs from this area, Hangzhou, Zhejiang in China. Okay, so this painting is the credit is from the source. You can see there are tubes, that image created by that organization, and there's a link to go to the painting. Okay, we go to the next page, please. I think you skip some. Sorry, I think the page is somehow messed up. Yeah, I don't know why, but then, sorry. The order of the slide is different from what I created, so I would control that because I know the order. So he was born in year 959, Common Era, to Yan family in Xiantang. So now the Hangzhou, we can see in the photo. So he started at a very young age to become a left home person, because I don't know. It doesn't say how he was. He devoted himself to that time. I think it's a decision of the parents. The parents brought him to a temple and let him live home life at a very young age. It's very very uncommon, right? And then after 10 years of being as a Shramanera, that's I guess Sanskrit work for a novice monk. So after 10 years, then he received the full ordination at the age of 17. It doesn't say where he received the left home person's precepts, but we know that after received full ordination, he learned the meditation technique, the stopping and contemplating technique of the Tiantai school. So we know that in meditation there are two important techniques: is stopping and contemplating, or we can know the two is vipassana is for contemplating, and samadhi is for the stopping. So that's those two techniques with different works. The Tiantai school, we learn about or heard about the Tiantai school created by Master Xian Zhi. We learn about when Master Xian Zhi introduced the Avatamsaka Sutra. And there are another treatise it's called Awakening Faith through Mahayana. That's one of famous books in Mahayana, written by the source to this book is I see that there are different theory about who composed this book. One of them is to Indian patriarch. I think the one before the 27 or even before that, the patriarch, or 17, I don't remember exactly, but the Indian patriarch, even though there's no source in that language, in Sanskrit at that time. So that's a theory. And the other one is book is written in China, because there only the source language is only Chinese. So there's two main theory about that. So somehow the seventh patriarch of the Pure Land learned that book and penetrate through the principle of the book. So he is well known about that. And after that, he started practicing at the Nanchao monastery in the Chunhua era of Song dynasty. Even though it doesn't show the timeline in the research, but then those big events in his life as a monk. So after learning the meditation techniques, he started at that temple. He devoted his life to practice the Pureland Dharma. And by his study using that time, he chose the chapter Pure Conduct of Avatamsaka Sutra, and to use the practices shown in that chapter to apply to the life of the Buddha named reciter in his at this temple. And he used those techniques in that chapter to purify the three karmas of the body, and the mouth, and the mind. So he just not use the technique of Buddha name recitation, but he used other meditation technique to combine those two techniques together to perfect the practice of the people in his organization. Do we have any question, any comment? No, I think yes, please. Do we have a microphone? Yes, number 6, please.
My question is there a technique that is also Master combines here in this temple? The technique of
You go back to, okay, let me go back to the page. Is this page you're referring to?
Yes, the technique of reciting and also I got lost with this. I'm sorry, Master. I just saw it. I skipped. It says that it's a combination of techniques that he learned. Stopping and contemplating. Is that something that Master uses here at times?
Yeah, yes, we do. We learn those techniques to Master. He didn't speak about. He didn't speak about those techniques very frequently. But then it's reminded. Like I think it's in a few Dharma talks in the past. He explained about this, how to. Stopping here means to stop the thought. Yeah, that's the stopping. Yeah, we should stop the thinking mind. That's the technique.
Okay.
And then after you can stop the thinking mind, and you choose a topic to contemplate on. So that yeah. So we know that meditation techniques like stopping and contemplating is two. Even if we say there's two techniques there, but we have to do the stopping first, and then after we complete that, and then your contemplating will be better, will be effective. Even if we didn't finish, we didn't complete the stopping part, we contemplate, it's not effective to contemplate at that time. Yes, number 3, please.
Thank you, Master. So that's why Master has mentioned many times that vipassana of itself is not complete. Mm-hmm. You have to be able to stop first before you can do the contemplation.
Yes.
And was there another term you used besides stopping? I thought I heard you say something and I forgot it.
Samadhi. Yeah.
So you have to reach the samadhi first.
Yeah. Yes.
Before you can
right. Yeah.
Contemplate. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Number 5, please.
Thank you, Master. I was curious. The practices of pure conduct, is that similar to like precepts, or is there some other practices there that we're not aware of?
I haven't read that chapter yet. I have no clue what's in that chapter. But during the research, I see that he also applied the precepts observation in combination with the Buddha name recitation. So not quite sure what's included in that pure conduct, but I guess it would be including the precepts observation because this, in the practice of Buddhism, we see that that cannot exclude out of the practice of the precept and samadhi and wisdom. There are only three of them, and nothing can be excluded out from that. So I think would be precepts. Maybe when we learn about that chapter, when Master lectures on that, and we know more. Anything else, everyone? I think the reason, I have a thought to need to say, because the reason we have to complete the stopping first, because at that time, the mind is not scattered, and we don't. When we contemplate, we don't have other kind of thought to distract the mind. Maybe we exist still, but then we know how to cut it, so that then the contemplation will be more effective. That is why. Yes. Number 3, please.
Thank you, Master. That's so interesting, because many times when we have visitors, let's say during the relics exhibit, or even other people who practice different parts of Buddhism, and sometimes people come to us and they say, oh, I go to Vipassana workshops and I get a lot out of it, and they're really devoted to doing Vipassana. But now I understand more of why it's important to reach Samadhi first.
Yes. Yeah, I think the technique, the first technique, the concentration part, that's, I think the externalists, they practice that too. But then only in Buddhism we can perfect that technique, because we can actually let go of the attachment to the outside world. So then we can concentrate and stop the thinking mind. That's how we can perfect that stopping technique. Only Buddhism have that. So and then come into place the contemplating techniques. Okay, so he also go back to the patriarch. So he carved a statue of Vairochana Buddha from sandalwood, and together with his assembly, kneel in front of the statue and vow to bring forth the body mind, practice Bodhisattva way, and get rebirth in the Western bliss Pureland after that life. See, he also pricked his fingers and mixed his blood with ink to copy the chapter of pure conduct of the sutra. And for each character, he bowed and circumambulated and recites Buddha name three times for each character of the chapter. So that is just a lot of work involved in, involved into that. So, this patriarch didn't write much, but he devoted his time and effort into more practicing than writing. I mean, writing his own idea and thoughts about Buddhism, but he didn't write much, just use the effort to practice. Number 3, please.
Thank you, Master. There's a question on YouTube from Sang. D6K. I have a question. What is the pure mind? Is it without thoughts and fully focused statement? Thank you.
Okay. Anyone have any idea about what the pure mind is? At least what you think about pure mind? Maybe we don't know. Maybe I don't know what the pure mind is, but then anyway, any ideas about that? Yes, number 7, please.
I think I heard before the pure mind, the without greedy, anger, stupidity.
I see. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the 3 poison we don't have poison, and then that's the 3. It's purer. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Yeah, number 3.
Just curious. Do you have to take refuge to be able to have a pure mind?
Take refuge? That's a good question.
I mean, maybe you don't immediately have a pure mind, but do you have to take those precepts take refuge before you can achieve that? I wonder.
Good question. Anyone have any thought about that? Yes, number 5, please.
I'm only imagining, but there are probably bodhisattvas out there that are not Buddhists, and I would assume they have pure minds. So that's my guess.
Maybe they take refuge somewhere. They took refuge somewhere. We don't know, right? I know maybe one case, from the patriarch to the Chan patriarch. Maybe they don't have to take refuge to have the pure mind. Because in the case, remember the 6th patriarch, when he was just a lay person, right? He didn't practice Buddhism at all. He just do his work. He go to the jungle and collect the wood to help his mom. And then at a certain time, he heard about the Vajra Sutra recited by someone like totally a stranger to him, and he got enlightened from that. So I think he didn't have. He was a lay person. He didn't take any refuge with anyone. So I got that in that state of enlightenment that he has the pure mind. I hope. Yes, number 6, please.
Master Xian, it wouldn't be kind of unfair to think that only those who take refuge have the capacity to reach a pure mind, knowing that in different religious people with great faith probably also had not great faith, good faith, like probably Muslims or some Catholics had also probably reached the state of sainthood because they had a pure mind without necessarily being Buddhist. That's my question too.
Yeah, I think do you have anything else to say?
Or maybe pure mind is just also a state, a technicality of Buddhism.
I think other religions, I think they can have their own concept of purity, right? But we don't judge them. That's their observation. We don't know about that. But then in Buddhism, I think we have a clear criteria about how what a pure mind is. But I think at least at first it have to have no greed, anger, and stupidity, as you said. I think I agree with that. It's just we have to start with that. That is pure. I agree. With no poison then. Yes, number 3, please.
Thank you, Master Zi. The person who asked the question about pure mind says the real question is whether we are in possession of it already or not.
What do you think? Whether we in position of having that purity already or not? I think we have to go through practice to achieve that state of the mind, right? So how can we just have it? I understand why that person have that idea, because one of the teachings is that we have the Buddha mind, right? The Buddha nature. That's one of the teachings. So that given that the Buddha mind is pure, so then we only have that. But even saying that, but we have to practice to see our Buddha nature. We just don't see it right away, right? So I agree that it's inside each of us, but then we need to practice, we need to cultivate to see that, to say the clarity of our mind. So I think that's the first level. We can see that the purity as the absence of greed, anger, and stupidity, and that is a state of no thoughts. So that's the question is that the idea is correct, that there's no thought is a state of purity, but then I think it can go a little one more step further, is the state of seeing the nature, the real nature. So that is the clarity from the nature. It's the result of the certain enlightenment, that we see the nature. That is not through in the cultivation, but that is the awakening to the nature of ourselves. So that is a different state of purity, in my opinion. So we can reach first, and then the state of no thought of the mind, and then we see the nature. Then the purity, the clarity, the purity of the mind will be even better than that. I hope that's answered the question. And thank you for that question. That's a good one. Okay, we go to the next page. Yeah, so this is an illustration of how he was carving the statue of Vairochana Buddha. So we have the source of the where I get the painting. You see the website out there, purelandbuddhism.com. She also carved the printing blocks to print 1,000 copies of that Pure Conduct chapter and distribute it to 1,000 people. So he also adopted the model of the Lotus Society. We remember that Lotus Society is created by the first patriarch of the Pure Land, the Great Master Xian Zhi. So he adopted that model, but because I think through the time from the first patriarch to that time, I mean, maybe the practice is not ideal according to his mind. So that's why he combined other practice like the pure conduct in that chapter. So implemented those conducts into the practice of that lotus society. So then he changed the name of the society to Pure Conduct Society. So the activity of that society there is well accepted among the left home people there, and also the people in the feudal dynasty in China at that time. So we have more than 1,000 bhikshus join the society, and also the scholar officials of the king at that time, and also join the society with a number of 120, around that number. And they call themselves the disciple of Pure Conduct. So among the 120 scholar officials, they have the leader, Chancellor Wang Wanzheng Dan. So pretty much his life is devoted into perfecting the activity of that society. So on the 12th day of the first month in the 4th year of that Xian Zhi era, he sat upright and reciting the Buddha's name, and after a while he cried out loudly that the Buddha has come. So and then peacefully passed away. So at that time the assembly saw the ground had turned entirely golden for some time and then disappeared. And at that time he was 62 years old. Yeah, very it's very young. Very young to go away. Oh, anyone have any question, any thought about the life and the practice of the great patriarch, the seventh one? And I think some research compare the time of when the first time the Lotus Society was created. At that time, the Chinese society is in a different condition. At that time, the economy is not really good, and the people, because the condition of the society, they don't want to get involved in the society, so they find their peace and their security in the safety, in the practice of the Pureland Dharma. But and in this time is the society is in good condition, and the economy has developed very well. So, but still people admire his cultivation, the seventh patriarch cultivation. So they still joy a lot. Also joy the practice. So that shows that they really have the faith in the practice themselves and the faith in the great patriarch. So I have a question. So how do we deepen our Buddha names recitation? Deepen. Deepen. Yes. How we recite Buddha name deeper and stronger. Yes, number 6.
Question. That is a question that I had during the time I was meditating today. I mean, with the recitation.
Oh, you have that question during.
I had the question.
Oh, do you have the answer? Any idea how to do that? Yes, number 5, please.
I have the answer. No.
Okay, cool.
Well, what came to mind is that as we deepen our concentration power, as we deepen our ability to go deeper in samadhi and stay there, then that also improves the recitation.
Right. Yeah. Yes. That master taught us about that. We have to advance our meditation technique, right? To have better recitation of the Buddha names better. That's correct. But how do we? But practically, how do we do that? How we increase the samadhi level? Yes, number 3.
Master Z, do we have to attend a chanchi?
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. And how? Why chanchi help us to increase our samadhi level?
Well, it sounds like it's a difficult period. People working really hard, and there's other disciples also working on their and people are fasting and long sits and things like that.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, number 6.
So samadhi there is a correlation of the principles and samadhi power.
The principles
of the pure line. The pure mind. Get rid of stupidity and those 3, in order to get samadhi.
Okay, so your question, if you want to clarify, is there a correlation between the
pure mind,
and the samadhi power? Okay, that's a good question too. Okay, so we go to DTT. DTT have a question. Is that related or a different question? Yeah.
Dạ.
Rồi, mời cô nói.
Dạ, A Di Đà Phật. Thưa thầy, theo như con thì là khi niệm Phật niệm tất cả các vị Phật nào thì con cũng quán tưởng. Mà khi mà con đã quán tưởng thì là tâm con lúc nào là cũng đi sâu vào cái thiền định của Phật. Cái đó là vấn đề thứ nhất. Còn vấn đề thứ hai là con chưa hiểu, là thầy cho con biết là vị tổ thứ 7 có phải là Lục Tổ Huệ Năng không ạ? Dạ, A Di Đà Phật, con.
Ok, cảm ơn đã hỏi. Chờ thông dịch tiếng Anh rồi xong thầy trả lời.
Amitabha Master, for me, when I recite the Buddha's name, it doesn't matter what Buddha's name it is, I always contemplate. And when I'm able to contemplate, then I can go deeper into the Buddhist meditation technique. My question is, the 7th Pureland Patriarch, is that also the 6th Patriarch Huai Nang?
Okay, so the first question, yes, in the Chan Handbook number 1, Master mentioned about the visualization of the Buddha image, right? So when we recite Buddha name, so I agree that's true, that we can deepen the constant the recitation power of the Buddha name. That's correct. Also, now the second question is that there's two different school. The sixth patriarch is in Chan school, but the seventh we were introducing the seventh patriarch of the Pureland school, so they are different patriarchs. Number 3.
Thank you, Master. Jane has a comment regarding how to deepen deepen samadhi. Was that the question? And she says to have more blessings.
Yes, I agree. Have more blessing that will create the condition for having deeper samadhi or higher samadhi, we would say. Okay, so we go to a little bit to details how we like Xian Zhi or Phổ Trì help us to increase our samadhi level, right? I would go with Phổ Trì because we're talking about the Buddha name recitation now. Let's say at home, we recite Buddha name at home, right? And certain thought come to, oh, I'm so hungry, so maybe we stop reciting there and we go into the kitchen and look for food to eat. But we are in Phổ Trì at the temple, and then we have that thought. But then with the assembly is reciting now, how we are embarrassing to leave our assembly and go to the kitchen look for food then. So that we have the opportunity to not follow our attachment to food, right? So then we can focus on the concentration and reciting Buddha name at that time. So the Phổ Trì environment, it provides the environment for us to be detached to our attachment at that moment, right? So then we have the opportunity to recite Buddha name at that time, and then since that, because we recite the Buddha name in a more difficult condition of our body, so that's, and then if we can stay focused, deciding at that time, and then we will deepen our recitation. That's my thought. That's how Phổ Trì and Xian Zhi will help us to deepen our samadhi power and power of Buddha name's recitation. It's just that simple, and hopefully we have the opportunity and the blessing. We will join the Phổ Trì and Xian Zhi. We have only 1 more month to go. So, anyone else have any other different question about anything else? So if not, we stop today, and thank you for joining, and we will have the lunch offering. Nam mô A Di Đà Phật.